Hello friends, hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Welcome back to yet another video of the Football Mania to bring you all the latest news and insights from the world of football. We have always talked about having a very strong football ecosystem in terms of developing young talent, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of women's football, and everything which goes into coach education. But have you ever realized that it is much more important to give the young players more number of age group based tournaments to prove their mettle? And this is exactly what Saudi Arabia, a team which is considered to be an Asian powerhouse, has done over the years. Let's remember that Saudi Arabia is a team which had qualified for the FIFA World Cup for four consecutive editions between 1994 to 2006. It was quite unfortunate that they could not make it to the mega event in 2010 and 2014. However, they once again proved their mettle by qualifying for the World Cup in Russia back in 2018, and they will once again be competing at the Qatar World Cup come November. And it is not a very big surprise, and let me tell you the reason why. The General Secretary of the Saudi Arabian Football Federation, Mr. Ibrahim Al Qasim, has been boasting about having age group based tournaments as the precursor, as the catalyst for the senior national team. And right since 2011, Saudi Arabia has been winning the Asia Cup and they have been quite consistent. In 2016, they came as the runners up in the Under 19 Asia Cup, and back in 2018, the Under 19 Asia Cup was Saudi Arabia as the champions. And that just goes to show that they have given age group based tournaments the priority, especially when a player who is coming through the ranks at the age of 16 or 17 is getting to play the Under 19 tournament. And right in 2022, the Under 23 Asia Cup was yet another tournament where Saudi Arabia became the champions. And it is no rocket science or something which is coming out of the blue. We have always seen Saudi Arabia as a very, very strong team when it comes to Asian football, and they are now proving their mettle at the global stage. And if India has to take any kind of learning from this, it is very simple. More the opportunities you give your players at the under 19s and the under 23s, the better will be for them to develop and mature technically, tactically, and physically. And obviously, when you give that kind of opportunity, the player gets a sense of competition. He gets that exposure, which is very much essential for him to stay competitive. And even in the FIFA Arab Cup, which was hosted last year in Qatar, Saudi Arabia gave an opportunity for all its under 23 players and some of its under 19 players to actually prove their mettle. And it is all about having that kind of feeder system when you're talking about a generational talent. And if we just observe this year's squad of Saudi Arabia for the Qatar World Cup, there is a mix of experience and youth. Most of the players who were competing as part of the under 20 team back in 2011 are now senior players, and the other players are from the under 23 and under 19 age group. That in itself is going to have a very good mix of players where you have the experience of the people who have gone through that phase, and the youngsters who are buoyant and buzzing with energy and are raring to go for the FIFA World Cup. So in my opinion, it is no big deal. Obviously, you need to have a structure in place, and Ibrahim Al Qasim has been the pioneer of ensuring that these age group based tournaments become a theme, a recurring theme in Saudi Arabia, wherein there is no dearth of talent whatsoever. And in India, if we look at the same scenario, we always talk about who will be the next Sunil Chetri, who will take over the mantle of responsibility from the great man's feet. And that is something which India needs to ponder over. Now that the executive committee has been coming into full effect, we will be seeing a lot of changes. But as I suggested in my previous video as well, obviously the technical committee has been working and deciding on some key steps like the elite level youth league, which will be giving more opportunities to young players. So in my opinion, this is all about having the right approach, having the right vision, and ensuring that you stick to your plan. And as much as possible, be sometimes flexible as well. But Ibrahim Al Qasim has been the pioneer for Saudi Arabian football, and that in itself is something where you require a football intelligence, you require that kind of understanding of the local ecosystem. And when you understand the requirements of that ecosystem, you can make better practical decisions which will have a long-term impact on the ecosystem. So once again, kudos to Saudi Arabia, and I'm sure that they will once again do an incredible job at the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. And guys, please let me know what do you feel about this specific approach where age group based tournaments are the priority so that it can be as a feeder line for the senior national team in any ecosystem. This is the model which has been successful for Saudi Arabia, and there is no reason whatsoever why this kind of approach will be a failure for Indian football moving forward. So please let me know what do you think about this, and do you still feel that India can actually utilize this approach to take the next step in strengthening their football ecosystem? And if you have liked this video, it's very simple. Please hit the like button and share it amongst your friends and network. And please, the Football Mania is once again going to bring you some exciting content. So if you have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, share it amongst your friends, and I will see you next time. Thank you, stay safe, and take care.